My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Bouldering.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get. I can't imagine what it was like for her to lose 2 sons after she'd already lost 2 brothers. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
Get this frog up. How do I make him lunch higher? Okay. I want those guys up there.
It sure made him happy. How silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Thanks.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oh, even the frog looks sad. He's like...
she could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand.
Oh no.
About Gregory. About everything.
This game is so sad. I love it.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
This is so dark, guys. It's so good. Yeah, poor kid. Where are we going? This way. I believe I cannot go this way after I've climbed down that pole. Where do we go next? Came from here. Why did you want to play this game? So, two of my friends highly recommended it, and then when I searched it up, it had really good reviews, and I was trying to do some research on writing stories for games, and it was, I think, the second on the list, but it's like highly rated for storytelling, and just as a game overall. But I don't know where I'm going now. I'm just going backwards. I feel like this is the wrong way. What did you think so far? So far, it's really interesting. The storytelling is really nice. It's really dark and sad, but no tears have shed yet, and I was told I'm gonna cry, so I'm ready. I'm ready to cry. I'm not sure how deep you are. I think we're like halfway through because we're going through everyone's story, and right now we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess? No, 7? 7 people left. So we're like halfway. Yeah, I don't know where to go though. Do I have to go back up? I don't think so. Let's see. Hum. Oh, okay.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Do I go up or down? Let's go down first. Nope.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
That's so cute. I want my own garden. I want a wall like that. Yeah.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal, but it didn't last.
The curse.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Actually, maybe I was supposed to zoom into a painting. Try again. Oh no, I cannot. I don't know who subbed because I can't see my screen, but thank you! Okay. Sky. Notice me. I noticed you! Okay, so deep diving into his sad story. Let's go. The artist. This one's
Milton
for you,
Finch
Russell.
in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh. Why are we not flipping? Oh, that's cute. Oh, this isn't sad.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Alright, because we never found his body. Saving. Thanks for following. What the hi? Hi. Alright. Where do we go?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Alright.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
This poor guy. Who's next? Oh, nothing here. Yeah, let's go around. Why you want me to check Discord? I feel like you're gonna get mad if I don't do it, so I'll do it right now. Jeez, Oliver. With the trapdoors and everything.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room.
Yeah.
Except Lewis.
I think I would still make the shrine in The Sims, because that'd be cool, but yeah, minus the dead people.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it.
Oh.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Oh, I didn't push that.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. bats, and toads.
This is like me at work when I'm bored. This is what happens in my mind.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head, but he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
This guy's gonna slice off his hand soon.
But he found something more.
Okay, this is really cool.
I worried
This
about
is
him
crazy
then,
game design.
daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
I'm forming a band. This is like our D&D campaign.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
This guy is so conceited.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Let's make this darker.
sinister serpents. followed the sound of her electric sitar.
Oh, I missed one.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
That's a cool transition.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Yeah, I was waiting for his hands too. The people are so cute though, the way they dance to like
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
oh no. Oh no.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
We were worried about the wrong limb, Daria.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Alright. Yeah. I said oh no at the exact same time. Yeah.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Oh, I think this is the last one. But I don't think so. Let me check my book. Hold up. I need these. Oh, never mind. We have 4.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Did I miss some? Oh no! I think it's too late to go back though. But we never got Sanjay and Kay and Sven. Oh. But they're on leave, so maybe don't have stories. I'll be sad if I missed it. Then I have to replay it.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Can I go in? Oh.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Am I going the right way?
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car and I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up. She was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Wow. That was a beautiful story. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can lose in this, but it was real cool. Really creative and really good storytelling. Also visually, just really, really nice. It was sad, but it wasn't enough to make me cry, so I'm okay. Which was your favorite story? I think the fish guy that turned into a king was really cool. That was a really cool story. Especially like the way that you have to play 2 parts at once, because you travel as like the person that goes through the maze and stuff with your keyboard, but then you're cutting the fish with the mouse. Yeah, you too. Yeah, girl. Yeah. I also enjoyed the bathtub one though, because that was really cute. It was kind of funny. I did not really enjoy the photographing one. That was aight. But I didn't expect him to fall off the cliff, so that was cool. Alright, Daria, we have to ask Ariel later which part he cried at. What am I gonna play next? I started Inside, so I'm playing that. So I'll play that. And always playing FPS, so yeah. So if you want to play with me, the painting one was a little not disappointing, but I guess there just wasn't as much for that one, because all it was him like going through the flip book and then he just disappeared, so there wasn't much there. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Edith too. I guess she just got maybe she got terminal illness of sorts. Aww. That's cool. Took 5 years. Alright. Well, I'm gonna end my stream here. Oh. Replay a story option is available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Cool. But what about these? I guess those don't have stories to play. Cool. Alright.